Today, we're diving into a really big one. It's a landmark piece of legislation that is set to completely change our digital world, the Electronic Communications Bill of 2025. And look, this isn't just some small tweak. It's a total, ground-up rewrite of the rules for pretty much every screen and signal in our daily lives.
So let me just start by asking you this. What if the rules that govern your phone plan, your favorite streaming service, your home internet, what if they were all just torn up and rewritten from scratch? Well, believe it or not, that's pretty much what this new bill sets out to do. So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get the big picture on this new digital rulebook. Then we'll look at the new playbook for the companies providing our services, and most importantly, what new digital rights you get. After that, we'll see how the bill tries to wrangle the modern internet before we wrap it all up with what this really means for you. Okay, so what exactly is the Electronic Communications Bill of 2025? Well, at its heart, it's a massive overhaul of the country's digital laws. It's replacing the old one from way back in 2008, and it's really designed to drag our regulations kicking and screaming into the present day. The best way to think about it is like a whole new operating system for the country's digital life. And it applies to literally everyone, from the giant telecom companies and TV broadcasters all the way down to the apps and internet services you use every single day. The scope here is just huge. It's a fundamental change. Right, so a new rulebook means new responsibilities for the players on the field. So what does this bill actually demand from the companies that provide our digital services? This is all about the new playbook they have to follow. The bill lays out some really clear obligations. Providers now have to use resources like radio frequencies more efficiently, meet brand new quality of service standards, and even share their infrastructure to help boost competition. And for you, they now have much stronger duties to protect your personal info and to expand services into rural areas. And here's a big one for security. They have to report cyber incidents within 24 hours and have a dedicated person for it. Okay, now for the part that really affects every single one of us. This bill isn't just about putting new rules on companies. It's about giving you, the consumer, a whole new set of digital rights and protections. So what's actually changing for you? The absolute heart of this change is something called the Consumer Code. It's mandated by Section 32 of the bill, and it's a massive step forward. For the first time, there's a single, clear document that spells out exactly how providers are supposed to treat you. So, what's in this code? Well, it guarantees fair handling of your complaints, clear upfront info on prices, and way stronger protection for your personal data. It also makes sure billing practices are fair, and this is huge. It gives you options to get compensated if a company breaks the rules. Now, this might be one of the biggest wins for consumers in the entire bill. Section 33 officially makes net neutrality the law of the land. So, what does that mean? It means your internet provider can't legally block, slow down, or make you pay extra for certain websites or apps. All legal traffic has to be treated the same, which keeps the internet open for everyone. And what happens if you have a problem? Well, the bill creates a really clear step-by-step process. First, you complain to your provider. If they don't fix it, you can take it to the National Communications Authority. From there, your case goes to a special dispute resolution committee. And if you're still not happy, you have a final right to appeal to a brand new body, the Electronic Communications Tribunal. You know, the internet today looks nothing like it did in 2008 when the last big law was passed. So how does this new bill even begin to tackle all the modern stuff like streaming services and the constant threat of cyber attacks? So to get this next part, we need to understand a key term, over-the-top, or OTT services. These are basically all the services that ride over the internet, but aren't your traditional provider. So think of things like Netflix, WhatsApp, or any streaming or messaging app. And this is a massive shift. Before this bill, all those OTT services were pretty much in a regulatory gray area. But now under Section 27, they have to register with the authority. This is a game changer because it opens the door for them to be licensed and for all those new consumer protection rules we just talked about to apply to them too. The bill also wades into some very serious territory, national security. This quote here from Section 83 is pretty powerful. It gives the president the authority to order service providers to intercept communications or hand over user info if it's deemed necessary for law enforcement or national security. And let me tell you, this bill has some serious teeth. It's not messing around. Section 57 lays out major penalties. For example, if you unlawfully intercept communications, you could be facing a fine of up to 3,000 penalty units, which is a ton of money. A prison sentence up to 5 years, or even both. All right, so we've looked at all these different parts of the bill. Let's pull it all together. What's the big takeaway here? How does this new digital rulebook really change things for you day to day? When you boil it all down, this bill is a huge balancing act. On one side, it's all about giving you, the consumer, way more rights and protections. On the other, it's trying to create a fair playground for companies to innovate. And running through it all are these new powers to deal with national security, which really highlights that constant tug of war between our privacy and our collective safety. So while this bill is a really bold attempt to meet the moment, it also kind of leaves us with this one big lingering question, doesn't it? As our digital world gets more and more complex, how do we make sure the rules can actually keep up with technology while still protecting our rights? That's a question we're all going to have to help answer.